It is now less than 2 weeks before Americans go to the polls. And with that in mind, both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are hitting key swing states as most polls show them in a dead heat. The CBC's Karen Pauls joins us live from Washington with more. All right, let's focus on that election that is actually happening very, very soon in the U.S. opposed to the rumblings up here. Karen, what have you been watching for today?
So much political drama on both sides of the border. We'll be watching today Vice President Kamala Harris as she does a CNN town hall with undecided voters tonight. Now, this was set up after former President Donald Trump rejected an offer of a second debate. Harris was said to have won the first one. We saw her running mate, Tim Walz, this morning cast his ballot, his early vote, and he's doing some fundraising in North Carolina and Pennsylvania, two key swing states. Trump will be at a faith rally and town hall in Georgia. His running mate, J.D. Vance, is in Nevada today. And like you said, all of them are trying to persuade that very small sliver of undecided voters to support them.
And Kamala Harris reacted earlier this hour to warnings by Donald Trump's former chief of staff on how the former president would rule if reelected. What can you tell us about that? I mean, some of the language was just incredible.
You know, John Kelly was a major figure in the Trump White House. He was chief of staff from 2017 to 2019, a man who chooses his words very carefully, and he's done some rare interviews that are generating a lot of attention today. Kelly told the New York Times that Trump praised Adolf Hitler in private conversations. Kelly says Trump told him he wished his military personnel showed him the same loyalty and followed orders like Hitler's Nazi generals did during the Second World War. And then he said this.
Former president is in the far right area. He's certainly an authoritarian. Admires people who are dictators. He has said that. So he certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
Now, some of this has been reported before, but Trump's campaign advisor says it's a lie. This is absolutely false. President Trump never said this. The campaign says Kelly has something called Trump derangement syndrome. Now, Harris responded to this a short while ago from her home. She says all of this shows Trump is a danger to democracy, that he's unstable and unhinged. Take a listen.
It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler, the man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of Americans. All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is, from the people who know him best.
Now, this all comes at a time when Trump has talked about using the U.S. military against political rivals, people that he's calling the enemy within. Last night, he also said there should be a 1-year jail sentence for anyone who desecrates the American flag. Take a listen to this clip.
We're going to go to Congress and ask very strongly, because that little riot that they had 3 months ago, they were burning American flags all over the place. We're going to ask Congress to, they say it's unconstitutional, I disagree, to give a 1-year prison sentence for anybody burning the American flag.
Now, Andrew, a 1989 U.S. Supreme Court decision ruled that burning an American flag is a protected form of protest under the Constitution. So will any of this move the needle? We don't know until Election Day, which is 13 days from now.
Karen, thank you. The CBC's Karen Pauls live in Washington.